What's up, everybody? This is Inked Imagination.
And King 141.
And we are Team Anamex. And we welcome you to our first Team Anamex discussion.
Now, what we're going to be doing in these videos is we're going to be discussing some of our favorite animated series, anime, as well as other topics that we are interested in or that are interesting to us. We're going to start it off with anime, and one of our favorite action anime of all time, which is Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know why I said
that. Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background on Yu Yu Hakusho. It's 112 episodes. There was also a movie and an OVA, but we're just talking about the series alone. It's licensed by Funimation and dubbed by Funimation. And the original series ran from 1992 to 1994 and came over to the States in 2002 and ran to 2006. Now, a lot of you younger anime fans might not be too familiar with this series, but it's definitely worth watching if you have not seen it.
It is a must-see.
Yeah, it's a must-see in our opinion. So we're gonna get into talking about it, and start off with So what did you think of Yu Yu Hakusho?
Well, to sum it all up, I love it. It's my favorite anime right now.
Why is it your favorite?
I would say it's my favorite because, well, of course, I love the plot overall. And really, there's not much I could say bad about it. And it's nearly perfect, in my opinion. And what I really, really love, one of the most things about it is the characters. I think that some of the characters are very unique and very different from other anime that I've seen.
Well, yeah, I really enjoy it too. It's also my favorite anime. I like it for a lot of the same reasons that you also mentioned, but I think I've just become like kind of attached to the series for personal reasons, and even though it is my favorite anime, I can say that there are tons of anime I haven't seen yet, and I'm sure even greater animated shows out there, but it definitely has a special place for me. My experience with the series is, like I said, it was probably one of the very first anime that I really considered great. When I first got into it, I think the only anime that I really was into at the time was probably just Dragon Ball Z. But I was really young, and Dragon Ball Z was a gateway to other anime, like it was for many other people. But when I saw this show for the first time, I believe it might have been on Adult Swim the first time I saw it, and then later Toonami. It was so different from Dragon Ball Z, but I could still relate to it a lot because it was different, but it was still very similar. You had the tournaments in there, and it was also a fighting show, and I think both shows have great characters too.
Yeah.
But I think that the characters in Yu Yu Hakusho are definitely more realistic, in my opinion.
Yes, definitely.
I think that the characters are really kind of what makes the show really awesome to me, especially the main character, Yusuke.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let Inked Imagination talk a little more about why she loves Yusuke, but Yusuke is definitely it would definitely go up in my top favorite lead characters of any series I've seen.
So, my experience with Yu Yu Hakusho is I was introduced into it by King 141. And when when he introduced me to it, I honestly didn't really know what to expect beforehand, but the title made me think of, something maybe paranormal. But it's more so when I started to watch, is when I started expecting things. And something about Yu Yu Hakusho for me is it immediately grabbed me, right away from the very beginning. And I honestly don't even know how to describe why, like, exactly.
Why you like it so much?
No, exactly the immediate grasp, like why it immediately grasped me. My thoughts, maybe it was Yusuke. It really could have been. My thoughts while watching it, though, definitely I thought it was different. Um, and I know I didn't expect much from the beginning before I seen it, but I honestly didn't expect it to be the way it was. And what I mean is, the characters. Yusuke is definitely, in my opinion, probably the most unique. I haven't seen every anime, but he's definitely, in my opinion, the most unique main character that I've seen yet. Mostly because of his personality is very different. It's kind of hard to put it in words, but if you sum it up, Yusuke is well,
Jerk.
yeah, jerk. But a likable jerk.
Yeah. I think a common problem that we see from a lot of modern anime is that they struggle with trying to make main characters not only diverse from other anime, but diverse and likable at the same time. Um, it's almost like Yusuke. He kind of other characters have done this too, but Yusuke, he's able to break the mold of a typical kind of cookie cutter main character, um, and still be extremely likable with who he is. He's kind of like in a way a kind of a negative like bad guy character, but we're still able to root for him and be on his side, but because we're able to see that he's more than just that. He has many personalities and character traits like a regular human being has.
Right. Um, some other characters I like are Hiei and Kurama. Kurama is actually my most favorite out of the whole series. Um, he's intellectual, and I love that. It's very unique, also, to me. When I was watching, I loved the story. It was awesome to me. Um, Along the way, I grew attached to, of course, certain parts of the series, certain characters after time, and
Yeah, we talked a lot about the characters, but the story is also really great too. Um, uh, if you don't know, the basic uh, plot of it is about a character who, in the beginning anyway, it's about a character, Yusuke, who ends up losing his life, but he's able to get it back.
by an ordeal.
Yeah, an ordeal, going through these uh, different little adventures, pretty much to try and get his life back. That's the way it starts out. Um,
Adventures that you probably would not see Yusuke do before he lost his life.
right, right. Um, but yeah, this is a shonen anime, so of course you have your big epic fights and things like that. Um, but I think the story it stands out. All right, so now let's get into some of the things we liked and hated, or didn't like as much, because I don't think there's anything either of us necessarily hated about the series. Um, I guess I'll go first. I already kind of mentioned most of the things that I really enjoyed about this series. The characters, how interesting they are in the story. I also think that there's a huge climax to the series, a little bit towards the end of the third arc, and I just think everything that happens in that point in the anime is like really amazing and um, really a huge highlight to the series. Um, but as much as I really loved not only that whole arc but that part of the arc that was like really epic and a huge climax, um, there were certain decisions made in that arc that were also not only weird, but at times confusing and not as interesting as I would have hoped for. And Inked Imagination, I'm sure she knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Just before this video, we were kind of talking about um, one of the main villains of the third arc, Sensui Shinobu, or Shinobu Sensui. Um, yeah, there's things about that character that are very questionable. There's a point where he has these these different armors, and their designs are not as cool as we probably would have liked.
The offensive armor is weird, but it's nowhere near as bad as the design of the defensive armor. It is. How do you describe it?
Just overall, just kind of bad. To put it in short, it
Yeah.
literally has a hat to the armor, not a helmet, a hat. So, and then there's also a point where I'm not gonna spoil this, but um, there's like a big twist about that character and his personality, and that part is really kind of blows your mind for sure. But there are certain things about it that aren't really explained, and it really would have helped if they were explained.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a very analytical person, so that part definitely made me, come up with a lot of questions, and I just really wanted it explained to me because this whole arc is, in my opinion, one of the best, and just some things would have been better if they were explained further.
Um, yeah, exactly. I also have a problem with the ending of the series. Um, Inked Imagination, not so much. Um, I think she has a similar feeling, but not as strongly as I feel about it.
Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. I I mean, the ending, yeah, it was fine, but I just feel like I wanted more. And
Yeah, I also feel like I wanted more too, but more than just that, like I'm really only, I'm kind of only like accepting the ending because I've seen it so many times and I'm
yeah,
so used to it now. But uh, upon first time and even my most recent time watching the series all the way through, um, I I just don't really like the ending. I think the actual ending, the way they close the series up is good, but
oh,
it feels like a chunk of the ending was taken from the series, and I, the show wasn't canceled or anything like that. It's just that's just the way
It kind of
they.
seemed rushed in a way.
As for my favorite parts of the series, I can think of two um, off the top of my head right now, which is um, Yusuke and Genkai's relationship. Genkai is um, more of like a mentor slash instructor to Yusuke. Um, and it's kind of funny to see the interactions between kind of a loudmouth, bad boy type character and a uh, an elder, like wisecracking lady. So I definitely enjoyed that. It also led to a lot of hilarious moments in the series. Um, I also really loved how the second half of the series starts. Um, it gives you kind of an all new scenario and problem than what you've seen in earlier episodes. So um, it's just really interesting to see a lot of the new powers that were added, and it just kind of catches you off guard, really, because it's so different from what you're used to seeing before. And mainly what I'm talking about is the part that includes the psychics um, and their new abilities and what it added to the series.
One of my favorite parts of Yu Yu Hakusho, which I have many, is I know this is pretty big, but the Dark Tournament arc is definitely one of my favorite arcs of the whole series. I love getting to see, these fighters that we grew along with during the series, and at this point, see them, put their growth to the test. And also, you get to see, of course, other fighters and their really cool techniques that they have. There's a few that really interest me, but there's too much to get into. But overall, like I said, some of the main characters and also and some of the antagonists in the story. Mainly one of them I'm talking about is, well, he's one of the Toguro brothers, and I definitely recommend, if you do not want to watch the whole series, I definitely recommend watching an epic battle between him and Yusuke. I know that it was, with me, the feeling I had, it was very epic and also inspiring, and it motivating me to, wanting to watch more and continue to see, what other surprises that they have in the series. But enough of that. My other favorite, King 141 has mentioned, part of it is it's part of the Chapter Black arc, when he was mentioning the psychics. I really do like that arc a lot. You find out a lot of information about certain characters, and there's some surprises and some things you probably would not have thought to happen. It also explains the character we were talking about, some origin of Sensui, Shinobu Sensui, which I really love.
Lastly, I would like to cover an interesting question. That being, could you see a resurgence of Yu Yu Hakusho? Um, we've had the Blu-rays be released within the past couple years, and we also have two of the main characters, Yusuke and Hiei, appearing in the new J-Stars fighting game due to come out. Other than that, I don't really see any other avenues that that include the series recently. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, honestly, I don't either. Like you said, the Blu-rays and there's already a video game with some of the characters in it, so I don't see what more they could do with the series. Not anything new, anyways.
Which is kind of sad, at least for me, because for years I've been wanting a fighting game of Yu Yu Hakusho on, well, the last gen consoles. But I guess it's kind of too much to ask for, because it's not like there was a huge audience for Yu Yu Hakusho like other anime. Um,
Same here. I would have loved. Oh my goodness, I would have loved a Yu Yu Hakusho game. Oh, and just for the record, Yu Yu Hakusho, in case you guys do not know how to spell that, it is Hakusho.
okay, no idea why. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, guys. This is the first of many, and we're glad. We hope you enjoyed it, and you're always welcome to leave suggestions in the comments for things you want to see in the future. But until then, thanks for watching.
And we'll be back with much more.